In a country where queuing is an art form and tea solves almost any problem you might have, let's have a cuppa. What if I told you that right here, right now, we're on the brink of something that'll shatter the status quo and redefine how we live, work and play for the future? Ladies and gentlemen in the UK, buckle up because the revolution starts today. You're going, what the fuck is he talking about? Well, I'll tell you what I'm talking about, okay? Wear the fucking flag with pride. Wear your Britishness with pride. Be proud of who you are and your history, your incredible history. And I see where a number of councils wanting to remove the British and the St George's flags that have been put up by well-wishers, and I thank them all for that. The area in Tower Hamlets, which is a fucking left-wing fucking ghetto of tossers, they're going to remove the flags. But they'll probably leave the Palestinian flag up there, which of course is a fucking joke. And the Birmingham City Council, which is a joke and broke. A joke and broke. Hey, Jesus Christ, I'm smart, aren't I? I think that's quite funny. And what does it go? Gavin Newsom. That's pretty good too. And I've got to make up one about the Australian Prime Minister, Albanese. Mr. Albanese. I come up with a word that's taken Mickey out of him. Because, you know, Australia, you need help over there too. Don't forget August 31st in Australia, big day over there. And I hope that goes well, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. We're doing it here. The revolution has started. And I'm serious about this. You should be proud to fly the British flag. You know, I can remember, another thing I heard today, which really pissed me off. There's talk that they may legislate you can't listen to music on your car radio. Now, I agree that if people listening to music in their cars have got it on earphones, and that's stupid. Okay, but if you're just listening to the radio, and we've been listening to our radios in cars for, you know, fucking 50, 60, 70 years, how long have car radios been out? Christ, I remember having a car radio in NLZ 139, my Volkswagen in Kingaroy, which was my first car I bought in 1962, I think it was. 61, that had a radio, oh my God, an AM radio, amplitude modulation, no digital, no FM, none of that, but it was fantastic. I could pick up 3 stations with luck if I was in Kingaroy. And now you can't do it because it could be damage, you know, so you're not allowed to do that. How are they going to police that one? Okay. You've already got all these restrictions, and over 70s, if they want to renew the licence, are going to have to do an eye test and go to your local GP, adding extra fucking pressure onto the already, overstretched NHS and doctors and GPs, which is a fucking stupid idea. Most old people, okay, I'll back my driving, and I'm 83, against any 17-year-old, anytime, any fucking way you like, and stick them in a manual and see how they get on. Okay, most kids couldn't drive a fucking manual, you know, if you paid them. Yeah, because they're brought up on automatics. Yeah, that's the way to go. I mean, in America, everybody who turns 16 expects a car. How parents can afford it is beyond me, because the cost of insurance must be outrageous. I don't know. I have no idea how much it costs. I could speak to my daughter. She's got 2 children who are both, one's 17 and one's 19. They've had cars now. For 3 years? Well, Liam's been 3 years. He's a very good driver, by the way. But young people, naturally, you know, have to pay through the nose for insurance. Under 25s always have, because they're a little bit reckless, and sometimes they're not quite as experienced as us oldies. Okay, so take care out there today. And the big day today, of course, very big day. And right now, as I speak, they're lining up to meet up with President Trump. Because of this, business with regard to Zelensky and all those ministers arriving. The White House has requested that Volodymyr Zelensky wear a suit and tie during his Oval Office meeting with Donald Trump, according to reports. The Ukrainian has been asked to smarten up after his casual military fatigue outfit became a flashpoint in February's embarrassing meeting in the White House, which was absolutely appalling. I sincerely hope that doesn't happen again. Okay? Will he bend and wear a suit? Actually, I hope he doesn't. Okay, I hope he doesn't. You know, and talking about his country like it's a fucking commodity, it's a country of 45 million people, of which millions have been displaced, cities have been ruined, areas totally, completely and utterly taken to pieces, hundreds of thousands of people have died, and on the Russian side, we don't know how many have died, but lots. Okay, I mean, there's talk of it's up to 1 million troops. It doesn't matter to Putin. It's never mattered to the Russians. They couldn't care less. Or he couldn't care less. I'm sure the Russian people do care. But they don't have any say because everything is censored. Your take on last Friday's meeting in Alaska, my take on that was the beginning of a process. Was it the beginning of the end or the end of the beginning? I don't know. Your comments would be much appreciated in that respect, because I don't fucking know what happened there. I thought it was pretty interesting. The body language and all the other thing, and there you got all the fucking experts coming out of the woodwork all over the fucking world, and all the mainstream media, the left wing, saying it was a disaster, and a couple of right wing, not much right wing news press out there, but they're saying it was a great success. I don't know. I just want the war to finish. Equitably for Ukraine, no. They're going to lose. They've lost Crimea. Not a shot fired, given away by the Russians. Took it without a shot being fired, even though Obama said this is a red line. But of course, he was probably the worst president. But yet he got the Nobel Peace Prize. But anyway, that's up to you. But Democrats, you know what Democrats are like. They're all talking no bloody trousers whatsoever, and it's a shame what happened there. So they're going to lose Crimea and probably lose the eastern side of Ukraine. 20% of their territory gone. Russia will accumulate, consolidate, and then eventually he wants the whole of Ukraine. Okay, they can't become part of NATO. Okay, but NATO could go in there, of course, because we know on a one-to-one basis the Russian army is useless. They're terrible. I mean, they rate now as a third world country even, or maybe even less. I don't know. But anyway, we'll see what happens in this meeting. And all the leaders of the EU are over there, as von der Leyen and fucking the Meloni of Italy's over there, I believe. And of course, they'll fucking dopey Starmer's over there, and Macron's over there, and the Chancellor of Germany is over there, Merz. I think it's Merz. I don't know. What are they going to do? Trump doesn't have any respect for the Europeans. He's made that quite clear. Because we're our own worst enemy, because we send fuck all on defence and we've had to rely on America for it. We shouldn't have to. We have the capability to have an incredible defence force in the European Union. Look at what we achieved in the 1940s and 50s. We just fucking blew it. We deserve it. We're pathetic. We've got to get our act together and fucking wake up and smell the roses, ladies and gentlemen.